Got it.
Okay, so first we need to make sure that the printer is reset to factory defaults. So for this, we take a pen and make sure that the printer is closed. Then we put the pen in the reset pin. So we put the pen and we keep it steady, pressed. And now we turn the printer on. And we wait, still pressing on the pen. Now there's a message instructing us not to turn off the printer because it is resetting. Okay, so now the printer is reset to factory defaults, and we can see that we have a default IP address 192.168.192.168 and a default subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, so now to connect the laptop with the printer and change the IP to the IP of the router. So we take this Ethernet cable and we plug it in the printer and in our laptop. And now we go to control panel. Network status and tasks. And we can see that we have Ethernet connection between the laptop and the printer. To test this, I'm gonna remove the cable and then plug it in again. So we see that this is the network that appears and disappears as we remove the cable. So now we click on Ethernet and we go to Properties. And in this contextual menu, we select Internet Protocol version 4 and Properties again. And here we make sure that this option is checked. And we are going to fill in an IP address that is similar to the printer's default IP address, but differs only by the last number. So we're gonna set here. So the printer has this IP address, and we're gonna put at the end 170. 192.168.192.170, and the subnet mask will be it's auto-filled to the same one. And now we click OK, and now we open the browser, and in the browser we put the printer's IP. 168. And now we can see the printer configuration interface. So what we want to do now is click on the TCP IP under configuration menu, and in here we're going to change this. So the get IP address field, we're going to change it from manual to auto so that the printer gets its own IP from the router. These fields we're going to leave the same, and the subnet mask is the same. And here in the default gateway we need to fill in the IP of the router. So to find out the IP of the router, we're going to use the Fing app. So we make sure that we are on the network provided by our router. Now that we are connected to our router, we use the Fing app to see the router's IP address. And now we make sure that we select we hit refresh, and we can see that this app refreshes all the devices in the current router's network. Now we can see this icon over here, which resembles a router and is usually the first in the list. So this is the router. We can see it has the IP 192.168.0.1. So back to our printer's configuration interface, we're gonna put as a default gateway the router's IP 192.168.0.1. Now we're gonna hit submit. So all these settings are now submitted to the printer, and we're gonna hit reset and wait for the printer to reset. As we can see, the printer blinks with a red dot in here, which indicates that it is resetting right now and taking in the new configuration. So we're going to wait until the red dot goes away. Okay, in our case it's not going to go away because we are low on paper, but generally this is going to go away. So after about 2 minutes we can see that it is successfully set. Now what we do now, we take the cable from the laptop and we connect it to our router. In here. Okay, now we're gonna restart the printer in order for it to connect with the router and get its own IP address from the router. And now in the Gloria Food app we're going to check that we actually can discover this printer in our network. So here it is. This is our freshly configured printer. We can see it, we can discover it, and now we can make a test.
Can you print an order?
Yes, this is a test order. And now we hit done in the app, done. We go and we can, for example, print this order. And we hit print. And that's it.